How we doing, gamers? Good morning. Yeah, I have been using the Hades soundtrack in the morning because we can't use the Shadowverse music without getting dinged, unfortunately. Let's get the YouTube chat up. There are, if you haven't logged in yet, they sent out 3 free legendary packs to everyone as a celebration for their new asynchronous tournaments launching this weekend. And for my gamers that haven't quite dipped into for my gamers who haven't quite dipped into this game yet, it's just basically the equivalent of them giving out like 3 S5 cards in Snap or like 3 EX Pokemon in Pokemon Pocket. So we'll see. I mean, I have like 2/3 of the legendaries at this point. So probably gonna get a duplicate or 2 or 3 here statistically, but still, even if all 3 of mine are dupes, it's enough dust to get a guaranteed one. So that's fine. That's how these games work. Is you get more full in your collection, you hit diminishing returns. Let's see what the auto liquefy is on those. Yeah, 3,800 vials. Because all 3 of the what's it called were dupes. All right, I'm gonna talk about something not Shadowverse related really quick because I want someone to clip it on Twitch for me just so I can have a link. But it's gonna get asked especially on Thursday. All right, so I can clip this should be real quick and then we'll be done. I'm not talking about it again on stream. So Pokemon Pocket decided they were finally going to support content creators in a meaningful way, and they've added Twitch drops to their game, and then they did it in one of the worst possible ways imaginable. They locked those Twitch drops to 7 specific creators rather than helping out everyone who's been making regular content for their game. And I'm going to send the loudest message I can send to Pokemon Pocket that that's really crappy, and I'm not going to be playing Pokemon Pocket for the start of this set release at a minimum. I'm not going to say I'm never going to play it again, but I think it's kind of a slap in the face to everyone who has worked hard to make Pocket content since the game launched, that they handpick 7 specific people instead of allowing Twitch drops to benefit the entire category like is typical and common with lots of other games. So I'm going to be playing Marvel Snap and Shadowverse and other things, but yeah, it just feels real bad. I think it's a really crappy decision on Pocket's part to lock it to 7 specific people. So I'm going to vote with my time and do something else. And no harm, no foul to the people that agreed to that. Like, you know, they should take their bag and run with it. But not having, like, finally like them finally throwing creators a bone and being like, okay, we're only gonna throw the bone to our hand selected few is crappy. So, you know, that's fine. Pokemon Pocket is gonna live on just fine without me. I'm gonna try and make content for other things that I've been enjoying for companies that decide to not treat me bad, so they can do that and I can do other things. I'll play some Earth Runes to start today, I think. This deck might be bad. Let's find out. I saw in a video that premium cards aren't included in the auto liquefy. That's true, yeah. Yeah, if you want to maximize getting the biggest variety of cards in Shadowverse, you should manually go through and liquefy your shiny versions to get extra dust.
Or well done.
Our opponent is playing Portalcraft, which is typically a little bit of a bigger deck. That goes longer. I think I'm mostly mulliganing Foresight in this deck. We're not a spell boost deck. I'm just using it to churn to make the deck smaller. And I think I'll keep my aggressively slanted 2-drops here so I can put pressure on them early. So this deck is built around the idea of the Earth Sigils here. So Earth Sigil is a thing that counts up on the board here. So we have 1 sigil right now, and then we have a variety of cards that give us various bonuses if we have Earth Sigils when we play them out. Throw one of these 4/4s back into my deck here. Draw something else, so that gives us another Earth Sigil here on our amulet in play. If you're one of my regulars that hasn't checked out Shadowverse before, I've been absolutely and hopelessly addicted to it. It's been a long time since I've played a bigger deck traditional card game, for lack of a better terms. Like Marvel Snap and Pokemon Pocket are both like very small deck sizes by design, and it's refreshing and different to have the variants be in a very different spot, essentially. So Pokemon Pocket and Marvel Snap both have more card RNG, while Shadowverse, because the decks are 40 cards, a lot more of the RNG in this game is based on your RNG is based on your card draw variants more than anything. So they're gonna get to evolve this next turn, but that'll let them fight only one of my things, and I can pressure their face a little bit more here. So this can summon a Guardian Golem, which is a 3/3 with Ward. I can't quite evolve yet. I think I'm just doing that. I think we'll go... We'll send this up top, and then we'll play Remy and Rami here, who takes one of our 5 Earth Sigil points and gives us a 3/3 as well. So it's a lot of stats. The 2 into the 2 into the 7 power. I suppose they could play something else out and evolve that and have that kill this, and then this kill this.
The curious artificer.
Oh, they're gonna hit an Omega already. Yeah.
I'll always look forward.
Possibility.
So this is gonna deal 3 to everything at end of turn. It's gonna alleviate the pressure. And we'll see here if we can grind this out or not.
Am I stronger?
So this deals damage to enemy follower equal to the number of Earth Sigils we have, which will let us kill this, because I have 4 Earth Sigils, and then I can evolve this, which will give us a Guardian Golem at end of turn, which seems pretty good.
The legends are true.
And then when I evolve this, it will it'll get to a 5/5, which lets me kill their 4/3.
Move it or lose it.
Impressive.
Is this game based on a show or IP? It looks interesting. No, it's an original IP, is my understanding. But it is easily one of the most visually stunning games I've ever touched in the card game space. The graphics, animations feel so slick and smooth. For those joining us that haven't seen this before, the base idea is each player has 20 life to start, and you have up to 5 units on the board. And every turn, you can attack units or attack their face, and you win when you get to the top. All right, and we have another copy of the Visionary Alchemist here, which will let us kill this, and then I don't think we need to evolve this turn, so we'll get to kill that one. Them playing this out seems really good for us. So this draws us a card and gets us another Earth Sigil, and these merge into one. Yeah, cool. And this will make us a 3/3 with ward at the end of turn. Is this better than TCG Pocket? It's very different than Pokemon TCG Pocket. The actual gameplay has a lot more strategy and depth to it.
Soon, these strings will be around your neck.
Character is so dark.
Let's do this together.
Dance my
So
puppets.
this gives them 3 puppets in hand, and those puppets are 2/1s that can attack. So I assume they're gonna clear through our stuff. But they notably had to use an evolution to get through that there. So they're down in Evo right now. So this gives me draws 2. I'd brick on the healing, but I think that's fine. I think I'm gonna go Olivia into Lionheart, and then evolve the Lionheart. Kill this, I think, is my plan. I think I want to take this off the board this turn. I could also go Owl into Remy and just make 2 things, but I kind of don't want to take a big hit to the dome. So I think I want to.
Fly forth into an endless sky.
I think I want to just clean their thing out this turn.
Young Paragon dons his mask.
How is going second felt in this game so far? You know, actually, one thing I haven't talked about on stream a much with this game is I think this game is the longest I've ever... What's the way to put it? This game is the most I've ever played a game and not been certain whether or not I prefer going first or second.
How can you be so sure in your convictions?
Like, there are the tempo advantage of going first and having first energy matters, but there's first evolution advantage and the couple of extra points when going second are both super relevant. So this is a really powerful card. It says when it evolves, it deals 4 damage to a random enemy, and then you get 2 play points back, and you can spend 2 Earthright to evolve it instead of instead of using an evolution. I'm running low on Earthright points though. This does 3 to something when it comes into play if I crank this up. This evolves into only a 7. I draw a card to start and see what we get. It's another one of those.
The legends are true.
None shall escape
out of time.
the lash of my flame.
Let me show you. Move it or lose it.
It is
Young Paragon dons his mask.
It might have been wrong to play the 2/2, and it might have been right to activate. I could engage this once per turn to get an Earth Sigil. That might have been better to do there.
No way.
Dude, watch the thingamajig.
I leave the rest to you.
All right, so they cleaned my board out. McFaddy, thank you for the 13 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. All right, so I have 9 energy. I think it's Owl Summoner.
Me.
Engage this to get 1. We'll Remy and Rammy, which spends 1 to make a golem, and then we'll spend another 1 to make a golem.
Eat my stardust.
Look at
So this gives us an Earth Sigil. And then I can get another Earth Sigil from this. I'm gonna do this and throw one of these back.
All I can do is gaze up at them.
Owl Summoner gives us another one. I'm gonna go ahead and I need to clear this one out, right? So we'll play this.
Seeker dons her mask.
Which kills one of their things. Oh, I didn't realize it disappears when I run out of Earth Sigils. That's good to know. Oh, and this evolves, so I get to attack something with it the turn it comes down too. Yeah, that makes sense. That's sweet.
This hootie boy chose me.
Okay, so I need to make sure I engage these before they fully disappear then.
Easy, isn't it?
Let's go ahead and kill her, because evolved cards can attack right away. Earth Sigils power up certain cards. So this card says Earthright. If you have 2 Earth Sigils to burn, it's going to evolve right away, and then you'll get its evolve effect. There's others that have various abilities when they
Change doesn't
evolve,
scare me anymore.
or when you have different Earth Sigils.
This kitten's got claws.
Yeah, it burns. The Earth Sigils are a resource that gets spent on things that use them. So this reduces the amount of Earth Sigils you have by 2.
This burden is mine to bear.
I'll always look forward.
Lend me your strength.
You oaf.
Okay, so all of their evolutions are gone. They have enough to assemble the big bot at this point. I'm going to engage this so I get an extra one. And I think I'm Rebying at this point. This will give me a golem, and then I can super evolve it. And then the golem evolves too, which will let it attack. So I do this, and then this becomes an 8/8, right? Is my understanding of this?
I
Warned you.
Yeah, okay. So super evolved things don't take damage. They're indestructible on your turn. So we hit that and clear that.
No regrets.
And then we'll clear this, and then we'll hit this.
Dude, watch the thingamajigs.
And then I already engaged this, right? So we'll just pass at this point. So if they play their big monster, they can't even hit my face or clear my board. It would deal 5 to everything, and then they could only attack this because it has ward. Yeah, this board is really solid against the big bot, and we're both out of evolutions at this point.
Follow me.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yikes. Okay, so I can play this and throw this back. 2 of these are gonna go away because they're played from Doom, right? So they're not here permanently. And I'm gonna go ahead and, well, shoot. I guess this does damage at random. Now we're in trouble to the 10-10.
The Truth Seeker dons her mask. Easy.
I have to trade this here, and now the 10-10 probably kills us.
Only ransom I take.
Oh, do they not have enough? They played that out. So they probably don't have enough gears for it right now. That hits you for 2. Arcane Eruption draws us a card here.
Never forgive.
And that's an answer to the big one. Big one. The big one will hit us for a bunch. But we'll get to Divine Thunder right after. Okay, so they're gonna play this giant monster that's a 10/10 that heals them, and it gets to hit us. It gets to hit us right away. But I'm not just dead.
Coronos, none will survive.
Engage. Play this to gain a couple of Earth Sigils, and I think I'm just playing all of these. Thunder, yeah, Thunder doesn't target; it just kills their biggest thing. We're both on empty at this point, so it's definitely going to be a top deck race here.
I'm not lonely anymore.
JK, they have this.
Proof I'm alive.
Do they hit my face or do they hit my things? Because this has Bane, so they could kill my 2 things
Leave
here.
the rest to you.
The Orcus top deck probably means we're cooked. Yeah, GG opponent. I think we need some card draw in this deck.
You're tough. I'm impressed.
We ground there pretty well, but we ran out of gas at the end. The foresight should probably be some draw 2s. I think is the answer. That was a sweet first game though. So I think Arcane Eruption felt okay. Yeah, I think I'm cutting the foresights. Do I want a 3rd Olivia? I don't actually have that much top end in this deck. It would have been nice to draw a Kudan or a Coyotes at some point too. I think I want one of her, and then maybe honestly I might want a 3rd of her and 3 draw 3s. I don't think we realistically trigger the spell boost on homework time, but it's technically strictly better than Sephiric Tidings when we're in Havencraft, right? I don't think Anna's very good here. Like I really don't want to spend evolutions on her typically, I don't think. I put a couple of homework time in. Are there any other bits of card advantage I should consider? I don't think so. Dig Dog. What is Dig Dog? Oh, the 2-drop? The 2-drop's interesting. The 2-drop's not really card advantage. So card advantage for people not familiar, there's a card drawing cards doesn't constitute card advantage. Card advantage refers to getting 2 cards for the cost of 1. So like homework time, Olivia, stuff like that. Yeah, foresight lets you find everything in your deck more consistently. Let's start it. I'm gonna put in 3 homework times, and I'm gonna go up to 3 Olivia at the top end. Let's see how that feels. That last game was really promising. We just like, we ground them down and then ran out of gas. So I think if we just have a little bit more gas in the tank at the end. You know what, before we hop into the game, I'm gonna run a Twitch ad really quick so the adverts don't come up in the middle of gameplay. So there's the deck list we're gonna be playing. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Don't go anywhere. Appreciate everybody here that's early for some Shadowverse gaming. If you're enjoying the YouTube stream, make sure to tap the like button. It doesn't cost you anything. It helps the content reach some more people. Appreciate the folks that have done that already. Extra shout out to everyone who's engaged with stuff on the YouTube side. We actually crushed all of the requirements for the YouTube partner program on the new Shadowverse channel in less than 5 days, which I think is a record for a new channel for me. So that channel will get to apply for the partner program here soon. This is a hybrid Earthright spell boost. So we're not really doing spell boost things. They're just, you have to play some spell boost to have enough functional cards in this first pack, right? It's basically the TLDR. So like I've got 2 copies of Kuon at the top end. And homework, where I was just talking about how homework time, like I just wanted a draw 2, and we're probably never triggering the play 5 spells on homework time in this deck, but it's better than playing just the one that's only a draw 2. It's funny to me that people feel balance is off. I haven't found that inherently to the case, and the meta feels like it shifted a little bit in a week or so, which reads as balance. Yeah, you gotta understand, in every card game ever, people would rather complain things are solved than like do work and figure stuff out, right? You think one Kuon is better than... You think a third Kuon is better than one Coyotes? I don't know that I agree with that. I also don't think I want to spend 3,500 dust to bet on that. We'll see, though. I really can't emphasize enough that I think intro videos are a waste of time. And if you want to check out Shadowverse or literally any other card game out there, you should absolutely just jump in and play the in-game tutorial. I think an incredibly well done and polished how to play the game video is significantly worse still than people just like getting a little bit of hands-on experience. So, all right, throw this up for one more second. This is I hadn't seen anybody playing with any of the Earthright stuff, and Sage Light Ward especially it just reads like such a powerful card. Like you get to blast something for 4. For 2 energy, basically, and then it evolves itself so it can attack right away. Like, that's a super, super strong effect. I'll hop on in and see how it goes here. Yes, one thing the Earthright stuff is, there isn't a big bomb at the top end of the Earthright payoffs. That's why we're playing Kuon and Copy of Satan at the top end.
Medium rare or well done.
I think I'm gonna mulligan. Am I gonna mulligan the owl? Honestly, I kind of like just going 1, 2, 3 here on the play. Our opponent's playing Runecraft as well, but most Runecraft decks are Spellcraft focused. This lets me throw a card back into my deck and get a new one. Arcane Eruption is likely not good against most Runecraft decks. So we're happy to take a redraw there. And then we'll just get start applying some pressure early. Attack with my 2/2. We'll play the Owl Summoner out as a 3/3.
Amazing.
This hootie boy chose me.
This hootie boy chose me. What a wonderful hootie boy.
Did you see me fly?
think I trade my 2/2 here and crack them in the face for 3.
Amazing.
I wanna pressure them, but if I leave that out, it's a free evolve for them. We'll go ahead and homework time and see where we end up at here.
Works too hard.
And then we'll engage this to grab every turn, once per turn, we can spend 1 energy to get an extra Earth Sigil, which I think we want to build up here. The Judo Visionary here gets to crack something for 4 damage when he comes into play.
Feathers in my mouth.
I've a few choices here. I think I might want to save my super evolves on her to gain some card advantage, so I'm gonna open on homework time, I think, and see where we end up
Works
at.
too hard.
I think I'm just gonna engage this. Nah, I'm gonna keep my Earthcraft stuff high, I think. No, because then I would brick a draw, right? Okay, I'm gonna play him so that way I don't brick a
Young
draw.
Paragon dons his mask.
Gives them a chance to kill him before I can evolve him, but he's just a piece of removal, and I have Judo Visionary here to Visionary to remove things from the board, which is nice.
I leave the rest to you.
May wings be at your back.
Gauge this. We'll play this, kill this. And I think I'm gonna evolve this for the sake of getting his crest that gives me an Earth Golem every turn. I think just having a string of for three turns, it converts an Earth Sigil to a 3/3 with Ward.
To the edge of what's known. Get lost.
They're evolving this.
Get out of my face.
Means they can trade here. I think we're still just continuing to grind him down, so I'm gonna go engage this, which then lets me play Juno to kill this. And then do I cycle the Witch's Brew at this point? I think so. And I don't think I need to evolve this to kill this. I'm getting a word thing here.
Ready, Graham? Right behind you, Anne.
So this 5/5 with ward goes away at the end of my opponent's
It's
turn.
not an option. No way.
Oh, that's a lot of monsters. Is Kuan enough here?
To the edge of what's known. Get lost.
So we can super evolve. And then I could give this one Storm so it can attack something right away.
Crawl like the vermin you are.
So I could have you hit you. And then I could have you hit you. And then this could hit this, or like the two of these could hit the 8/6. I think we need to hit the 8-6. We're definitely in trouble here, though.
To the edge of what's known. Get lost.
None shall escape the lash of my flame!
Crawl like the vermin you are. Into
As
the
a
night.
general note to the comment on the YouTube side, rather than saying, wasn't my line better, instead articulate yourself and tell me why your line is better instead of expecting me to tell you why it's bad. Man, I really wish we had our... I really wish we had our thing that does 4 to a random thing. I guess it doesn't actually do that much on this board, huh? So we have Rebby, and Rebby.
I don't want to hurt you.
And they super evolve to evolve this
None
golem.
shall escape the lash of my flame!
I warned you.
Oh, you know what? I messed up here. I should have... I could have played Juno to hit something, right? Alright, so let's do this. And then let's do this.
Into the night.
And then let's Divine Thunder, I think.
Caught us off guard!
But we're definitely still not in a great spot here because they have a super evolve left. I do not.
Ready, Graham? Right behind you, Anne.
This hits my face.
Assignment today.
And then are they super evolving to trade? Wait, they didn't super evolve? That's gotta be wrong, right? I don't have any rush, so I can't kill them. They just have another Kuat in hand and they're gonna kill me.
Fly forth into an endless
Maybe they're
sky.
hoping to top deck another one.
The legends are true. No.
And then I can evolve this. Which means I get to start getting golems every turn.
Disappear.
Then I can kill these two.
Don't forget to review.
If we can dodge a Kuon, we might have ground him out. But we really need to
I
dodge
walk the
that.
5
Yeah,
foot
they have another one.
Out of my way.
Oh, that gets us, yeah. Damn, I needed one more ward golem.
Crawl like the vermin you are.
All burnt out.
Man, could I have won that game with a Rebby and Rammy maybe, and then having God, it feels like there's something here, gamers. Really feels so incredibly close. Arcade Eruption's been real clunky. I don't know if I like that one. Yeah, I mean, like, so something I've talked about a lot in all card games is people focus too much on the specific result. And, like, I know we lost that game, but, like, that game was a turn within striking distance when my opponent had double Kuon, double Annie. Did they have all 3 Kuons? They had at least 2, right? So, like, they had a lot of their bombs in the first few cards of their deck there. That was all 3 coins. Yeah, we almost slogged it through, right? Despite them having all of that. I think I need to make any changes. Let's play another. Natterjack, thank you for the almost 7 years. Appreciate that. Welcome back.
Medium rare or well done.
We're going
This
second.
brings me
I'm mulligan these two, I think. Looking for some more lower curve stuff. With the fan here, I might actually want to keep Arcane Eruption. Why? What do I want to throw back here? I kind of don't mind most of the cards in my hand. So I probably want to homework time next turn. I'm gonna throw back the
All
Olivia
I
for
can
now.
do is ease up with them.
So this lets them pay 3 and discard a card to get a 2/2 with Storm and Ward. So Storm means it can attack by face directly.
Amazing.
Attack. This, I think.
The currents.
I think with the Sage Light Ward, I'm actually going to toss back. I'm going to toss back to Arcane Eruption, actually, because I have a lot of cheap things for now.
Ease up with them.
Eruption feels like a card I'm torn on if I want to play it at all. I think I'm going to go ahead and engage this to prioritize getting more Earth Sigils as we go longer, because I have a lot of cards in my hand that demand them. Yeah, so I get to go ahead here and play the Sage Light Ward out, which evolves off of these, as opposed to me spending an evolution, and then I get to trade my 2/2 for their 4/5 here. And it gives me 2 energy back as well, so I can engage this to get an Earth Sigil, and then I can play this to get another Earth Sigil and draw a card. Just keep that resource flowing. This card is so powerful. I could just trade this for their evolution basically here, right? Like it does 4 and then it evolves so it can attack right away. I might want to super evolve this to draw 2 cards and heal. This refreshes next turn, and this is use it or lose it. So I'm gonna homework time,
This homework's too hard.
and then I'm gonna spend this one because it's gonna go away otherwise, and grab this back here.
All will pay tribute to my black wings.
Witness my kung fu.
That's very aggressive. This has Intimidate, meaning it can't be attacked directly. So we'll need to use this
Young Paragon dons his mask.
and evolve to kill this.
My star is
I'll
the star
remember
of
you.
paradise.
I don't know.
And then people asking in chat about the free legendaries. I sent out 3 free legendary packs to everyone's inbox in the game this morning to celebrate tournaments going live this weekend. So make sure you claim those if you haven't.
Just point
Go to
me
the home
the
screen of the
nose
app. There's a
dragon.
little package on the right side. Everybody has them.
Close. Otohime.
One strike fatality.
I'm trying to figure out what's the best way to get Remy and Rammy down and also gain life this turn. I don't think there is a good way to do it, though. So I think it's Olivia.
Fly forth into an endless sky.
She heals us for 2 and draws us a couple of cards. And then I'm going to go ahead and Penelope.
I hope my potions can help.
And then I'm going to super evolve this because it heals me for 2 and draws me 2 cards. Yeah, so something to note here. Olivia super evolves something else, but her super evolve does not trigger a when you evolve this effect. So she can give something else 3/3, but God, that art is hilarious. She can give something else 3/3 and give it that big effect, but... Oh wait, I forgot to kill their 2/2. Are we dead?
Too late to turn back now.
Am I gonna die because I didn't kill the 2/2?
All
Yep.
burnt out.
Yep, I'm gonna die because I didn't kill the 2. God damn it. Oh, I'm gonna blame that one on talking and clicking. We demoted to Sapphire. Well, that's how Earthcraft is going this morning. These have been really close. I wanna play some more. That was a pretty big mistake on my part. We were talking about how Olivia worked, and then I miffed that up. We're taking 5 less, and I think we were. I don't think the Sharks over 2-0. I think we were 100% to win that game if I just like don't make a mistake.
Medium rare or well done.
Those ephemeral dreams. I'll bind them together.
I'm only get my top end here against the Havencraft deck.
For you, dear, I would give anything.
Satan not looking very good as a draw on turn 2.
Only ransom I take is blood.
Arcana Rep should looking real good here though. Sweep your board, draw a card. Sounds lovely.
Only ransom I take is blood. This hootie boy chose me.
Do I want to burn an evolution on this to kill this? There's value in keeping my life total high against, there's value in keeping my life total high
Meet the greatest
against
master of all
this deck.
time.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and burn that. So it says, whenever they fuse an artifact, they deal 2 to a random enemy follower. So happy that I have something that's at 5 defense here. It's gonna eat 3 of their fuse triggers here. Oh, they have a puppet, right? Still there's 2 of them.
I don't want to hurt you.
Don't move.
Okay.
Don't move.
For you, dear, I would give
Kill this
anything.
puppet then.
I'll hurt you.
So we can super evolve. They've not used any of their evolves yet, though. I think I'm gonna homework time and see where we end up at.
This homework's too hard. forward.
Apprentice, throw the coyotes back is basically a free roll. And we'll engage that. I don't think I'm spending another evolution here. I think I'm just letting them threaten to take the hit here.
This land is both cradle and grave.
I'll always look forward.
Why seek to fall from
Too
paradise?
high.
I feel like them burning an evolution on that is incredibly good for us. So I'm gonna go ahead and engage this up to 6. And then I can play Witch's Brew up to 7. And then I can Juno, deal 7 here.
Legends are true.
It is what
And
it
then I
is.
can evolve this, which gives me the crest. And the crest for the next 3 turns spends an Earth Ray point to give me a 3/3 with 1. So even if they go away, we get to continue to pump out some golems here, which gives us some good insulation against the ancient cannon. Whatever their next play is, Sage Light Ward hopefully helps us clean it up.
Blood.
We're a little bit behind here in terms of evolutions used,
Looking for a
but we're
spark of
otherwise in a
inspiration.
pretty decent
Change
spot.
doesn't scare me anymore.
We might get an evolution out of them here. Wouldn't be surprised to see them evolve this so they can get some more gears to build up.
Let's do this together.
Really? Okay, are they just cleaning my board out then?
No way.
Bottomless rage.
Must be, yeah. Okay, so Sage Light Teachings can just blow their board away, which I think is the play. And actually, I can Olivia and then Sage Light Teachings Light. Oh, but that would burn a card draw, which would not be ideal for me. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and blow your board out.
Spark of knowledge.
Never forgive.
And then I'm gonna go ahead and play the owl and engage this, I think. And then we'll get a golem from our crest here. Is there a way to get rid of the amulet with the flag, or is that a thing for the rest of the game? No, it's a thing for the rest of the game. There's not amulet removal in the game currently. I assume they'll add that at some point, but
Got feathers in my mouth.
squatting proactively has gotta be wrong.
Fly forth into an
I just do
endless
this and
sky.
churn through some cards here. Engage this. I'm gonna cycle this. I might just engage this again. I have both of these that are pretty Earth Sigil hungry, and this might be Earth Sigil hungry. Although I guess I need to play a card. There's a 9 card hand limit. I'll play this out.
Young Paragon dons his mask.
So if we go to draw a card or have a card added while we have 9 cards in hand, it just burns off, so.
I leave the rest to you.
Eat my stardust.
Alright, so this is not a huge deal because I have
Follow my
this to hit this, and then I have Sage Light Teachings here to deal 4 to everything.
Spark of knowledge.
We need to clean that out right back. I'm out of my goal of making things for us. Homework time is technically close to popping for us. Oh, that's very useful though. I think I'm just gonna Remy and then engage this. It could be right to play the astrologer too, but they have another gamma into play. They're just gonna clear my board again, so I think that's fine.
Eat my stardust.
I'm gonna kill this. I'm gonna do this. That's gonna gain us some life.
Can help.
I'm gonna super evolve. Oh wait, I bricked a draw.
Flash of my flame!
I can't be a failure forever.
No, I didn't brick a draw. We're good. Okay, so I kill this. And then this one comes into play and evolves and does 4 to a random thing. And then she could go ahead and kill this.
I was just revving up.
I think I'm playing the apprentice out just for the sake of it. Am I? That's close. I might just chill still. I gotta engage this and pass, I think. So they can build a big bot.
This land is both cradle and grave.
They can evolve and kill my dork here. They also bullet and kill my dork. I think we're just jamming Kuon next turn, yeah? We'll kill their 5.
You will.
Now do I just Coyotes and super evolve it and kill their 5/5? Because I have so much card draw that getting the Apocalypse deck seems nuts here, yeah?
Open thine eyes, traitor.
Alright, hail Satan.
Transgress be consumed.
It is what it is.
So he replaces our deck with the Apocalypse deck, which is 10 cards that are all pretty busted.
Be your mentor.
The curious artificer dons their mask.
For you, dear.
You need to kill the 1311 gamer.
It's okay to feel sad.
You cannot stop me.
Oh, look, chat. It's a 10-10 with Storm for 6.
Stand only to be reaped. Be consumed.
Fate's most grave.
Thank you, Satan.
I'm still incomplete.
Victory is mine.
Hail, hail,
That feels
Satan!
correct.
All right. Coyotes earning his keep. And they said the Earthright deck didn't have a top end bomb.
Medium rare or well done? We have much to discuss.
We are going first. Their Earth. I might keep the homework time actually here. I gotta mulligan the Remy and look for like other aggressive 2s and 3s, but I think having a draw 2 against the Portalcraft deck is fine. And this is fine, right? Because I can engage this and then Witch's Brew again next turn.
Spark of inspiration.
I do really want a 2 or a 3 to play next turn. Yeah, that's nice.
Change doesn't scare me anymore.
I'm definitely a little bit behind at the moment.
All I can do is gaze up at them.
We do have some ways to heal in our deck. So that's interesting about cards like Edelweiss here, is this can actually evolve before we have the ability to evolve, before we have it evolved to use because of Earth Sigil. So I actually can't evolve yet using the mechanic, but I can play this and it's going to evolve because I had Earth Sigil to spend for it. And then it gets to attack right away here.
Am I stronger?
Which is pretty sweet.
This kitten's got claws. You will.
Remy plus Earth Sigil engage here. I must say I really like the Earth Sigil fills our resource curve really cleanly in these games. We have been incredibly energy efficient at spending our resources every turn, which has felt good.
Officer dons their mask.
Yeah, Edelweiss, I was scrolling through my collection last night looking for things I wanted to build with that I hadn't played with yet, and I read Edelweiss, and I was just like, this card is so powerful. Just the raw stat line on Edelweiss is just like actually nuts.
How could you?
And again, we'll just continue generating 2-for-1s here essentially.
The legends are true.
This is 5 when it comes out. This is another card. Judo is really powerful effect. Like, you get to kill something, and then if you evolve it, you can kill something else, then make a string of golems.
No way.
Them playing all their things out super proactively here seems good for us. I don't think Arcane Eruption is likely to be very good.
The legends are true.
I think I'm gonna throw the Arcane Eruption back here. Part of me wants to evolve this just to get the string of golems going too, though. I'm up in evolution. I might do that.
All I can do is gaze up at them.
Yeah, I think I like burning this resource. Burning an evolution without getting an attack in feels a little bad, but it's basically burning an evolution to get 3/3/3s over 3 turns, which has a lot of value.
mine to bear. This might hurt. Hope is the greatest weapon we can pass on.
No way!
I mean, I think this is like one of the best possible exchanges I could hope for here, is they spent an evolution to answer my evolution, so I'm still up evolutions overall here, despite burning one just to get 3 3s. In these grindy games, how you use your evolutions is one of your most important resources.
Amazing.
So I'm definitely doing this.
I have no regrets.
I think it's like draw 2, Remy, engage. You know, I don't think I want to burn a super evolve on Remy. I think that's unnecessary.
Don't let I hurt you.
Both players got pretty big grips here. We've got a lot of card draw. Homework Time's a draw 2. Olivia's a draw 2. Penelope's technically a draw 2 at a pinch as well. And Kuan threatens to be our big finisher. Just grinding him down with all the details here in the meantime, in between time.
Eat my stardust.
All right, so this will do some damages to us. Man, I wish I had our what's it called that dealt 4 to all their stuff. I suppose I have a few draws at it. Do I open on Homework Time? I'm gonna open on Homework Time.
This homework's too hard. I hope my potions can help.
You're done for.
I can't be a failure forever.
There it is.
The spark of knowledge.
Never forgive.
Take this!
That is exactly the droid we were looking for. And there's another golem. I love the artwork on the evolved form of this card. She just looks like, I'm so excited to have evolved. You picked me. Just big, I'm happy. Yes, the golem has the equivalent of taunt. My opponent has to attack that before attacking me or anything else. She's very excited to be here.
This land is both cradle and grave.
And I assume they're gonna super evolve
This burden is mine
to clean the
bear.
board here.
I don't miss. Ambition,
I'll
desire,
never be
nothing but vice.
Man. I think it's Edelweiss.
Seeker dons her mask. I
Hit
have
one of your
more
things.
easy.
Do this.
You elf.
Do
I hope
this.
my potions can help.
Cranks up to 5. Play Juno. Hit this.
The legends are true.
It is.
And then I think I again evolve just for the sake of turning this evolution into a bunch of golems. Because like I don't get value from the attack this turn, but this lets me get a 3/3 with ward every turn for 3 turns here, essentially.
All paths lead to extinction.
No way.
Okay, so they played their big monster, but I've had a Divine Thunder we've been chilling on for that. So I get to go Olivia, which puts me back up to 5 points.
Sky.
And then I get to go ahead and play Divine Thunder to kill their thing.
Will
And then I get to
survive.
engage this, and then I get
This is
another
over.
thing with ward here.
Give up while you still can.
Oh, they have Orcus.
And gained a heart. Let down your guard.
Trajectory. Calculated.
Damn, that was really close.
Let down
Did I have any lines to play around that? I don't know that I
All
did.
burnt out.
I don't know that I did. I needed I would have needed to keep my my health total a little bit higher, right? Consider playing the spell that heals you. There's 3 of them in my deck, Gamer. The card games change, but Gamer suggesting I play cards I'm already playing stays the same.
Or well done.
This is an incredible start here. We have the potions into Sage Lights into Edelweiss here.
I hope my potions can help.
Wow, I'm surprised they have nothing going on. They must be a bigger build of Abyss, yeah. I'm just gonna get my pressure into play here to start. Since they're doing nothing, I wanna put damage on their life total.
I am keeper of memory. You are not
Did this to
forgotten.
me.
I'll never be enough.
Hunt, my owl!
And then Remy lets us get a ton of pressure on here too, right? I like unironically we might just be running them down here.
Deity, beast, all comes.
Feathers in my mouth.
Save a place for you at my dinner table.
So Edelweiss, Sage Light Ward
Seeker
pops
dons
in,
her
evolves, and kills their thing. And then Owl Summoner also plays out cleanly this turn.
Booty boy chose me.
Look at this. Me and the Hootie Boy are going places, ship. Kicking butt and taking names, the Hootie Boy and I.
Surely you know I can't do this alone. My star is the star of paradise.
Got feathers in my
Pretty
mouth.
good.
You're simply delusional.
Ooh, so is that top deck though.
I leave the rest to you.
Friends. Engage, pass. I do have a YouTube channel for Shadowverse stuff. If you're enjoying it, make sure you subscribe over there. Deck highlights are the most interesting games and other things. We'll be posting over there for sure. In addition to the few hours we're streaming in the morning every day.
Fangs just magnificent. Let me hear you whimper.
That is a big lady, chat. That is a big lady. I need some word things. So what's the plan here? So super evolving triggers the regular evolve. So if I engage this, I play this, it does 3 here.
The legends are true.
And then I can super evolve this, getting it to 6/6. And then I can kill this, and then this will make a golem and end of turn with the crest. So we've got a little bit of breathing room in terms of not getting hit to the dome. And then Olivia plus Sage-like Teaching lets us buffer our health total back up next turn, which is great. And we just need to prioritize staying alive at all costs here, because my opponent has burned through most of their evolutions. So if we can live, we've got value in the long run.
I'll char everything to a crisp. I'll rough you up.
Hey, Slow Future, thank you for the 32 months. Welcome back. So they're trying to decide, do they want to throw these little things into this to deal damage to my face here? They are deciding that they do. I am down to 1. Man, my energies just don't line up well here. I can't just Olivia into teachings because it's I can't just Olivia into teachings because
Easy, isn't it?
I think I'm dead.
I don't want to hurt you.
You're done for.
I will disappear. That was a blast.
I'm probably dead to some burn here, even with the ward. Oh, and I lost my Earthright. Oh, I forgot there's an emblem. Fuck me. Yeah, I think we were just cooked there. I'm trying to think through. I miss that they had the point on it. I just want to like set the vibe for things. If you want to be pointively constructive and like let me know things you think we could do better or ways we could change the deck to improve it, that's great. But if you're just gonna take a dump on the deck that I'm playing, you should just like not post your message. So if you're new here, a lot of what I try to do and what I enjoy doing in card games is trying to build and play new things. So you're gonna see me lose while I'm trying to build and play new things. If you want to see someone just like grind a best deck endlessly and watch their number go up and stay at the tippy top, like, it's not like you should watch a different stream. But one of the things that people, one of the reasons why there isn't a lot of innovation in a lot of card games is because people are afraid to lose. And if you're not willing to lose and break a few eggs, you're never gonna make a nice omelet. And there might not be something here, But so far, I've genuinely felt good about the games that we've played, and I feel like there's something here worth exploring more. So I'm going to continue tweaking and tuning and working on the details here. So please don't just come in and take a dump on what I'm working on. All right. I'm going to run an advert on the Twitch side so it doesn't happen in the middle of gameplay. When we get back, we're going to try a little bit more of this because I've been enjoying the play patterns. Thanks for hanging out. Don't go anywhere. I like Magic and Runeterra. You will absolutely love this game if you loved Runeterra, I would wager. This game reminds me of Magic the Gathering from years ago before Wizards of the Coast absolutely decided to start running it into the ground with fire design. I like this. I like this game a lot. Do I want to make any changes here? I don't think so. A lot of our games have been like on a razor's edge. I feel like with slightly better play and be getting slightly different results. The homework times have felt a little clunky. I don't know that I need all three of these. Maybe we cut one of those. Honestly, I wonder if just like a couple of copies of Stormy Blast would be good at the bottom end. The Lionheart ward's been only okay. I've been saving my evolves for other things. I'm gonna put a couple of Stormy Blasts in here. QR code for people that wanna grab what we're working on. We aren't playing Insight. What does Insight do? It's not a card. That card doesn't exist. So no, we're not playing Insight because it doesn't exist. Foresight? Oh, Foresight. No, I don't. Again, you're not a spell boost deck, chat. I know you have like one track brains, and like you want to play the one thing everybody else has been doing, but we're not a spell boost deck. I know I just added one card that has the word spell boost on it, and like there's 2 copies of homework time, but we're really not playing a bunch of spells. You're not going to get good value out of those types of effects.
Medium rare or well done.
So my opponent is playing... I don't think I ever want to keep... I'm gonna mulligan the other things, looking for lower curve stuff to play out. Yeah, Witch's Brew seems like a solid one all the time for us.
Special assignment today.
In general, just to help people understand what's helpful, if you want to suggest a card, there's generally 3 things you want to articulate for why that card is good, other than just like, I think it's good. You want to tell me why the card is good. You want to tell me what problem we have that the card you're suggesting we add solves, what card we should be cutting for it, and what potential problems we could have from cutting that card. Because in card games, there's lots of good cards and lots of different things you can be playing all of the time. So you need to have some good heuristics on why certain things are good or bad to do in order to figure out what you're fitting into your deck for your 40 slots. For example, I think Foresight's clunky in this deck because our deck's already pretty good at filling our resources every single turn because we're engaging our Earth Sigils quite frequently. So I think there's pretty big diminishing returns on putting in another card that helps fill our curve in for that reason. I don't think I want to burn an evolution to kill this, but at the same time, there's appeal in having pressure on the board. I think one of the questions you want to ask yourself in a traditional card game like this is the question, who's the beatdown? So who's going to be better as the game goes longer? And they're a dimensional whatever deck, storm, or I forget what the second word in that card's name is. So we probably want to kill them before the game gets along too far.
Special assignment today.
And unless they have... Oh, that evolves to... I forgot this is damage when it evolves. Okay, that's fine. We traded evolutions there. At least... And we'll have...
Young Paragon dons his mask.
We'll have an extra point next turn from going second, so we can lock in Olivia. Maybe get some pressure going with Super Evolve.
Right behind you, Anne. Transcending time. Defeat is not an
I leave the
option.
rest to you.
I'll never be enough.
So I'm definitely evolving this turn. The pause is, do I want to use my energy and Olivia into this? I think so. I just get my cards turned. She draws me 2 and gives me 2 energy back.
Young Paragon dons his mask.
And now we're ahead on board and have parity in terms of evolution. So we're in an okay spot here.
To the edge of what's known. Get lost.
Let's end this.
Kuan is scary.
Vermin you are.
I leave the rest to you.
This is not the end.
I guess I can clean them out back with a super evolve here, right? Because this'll draw me 2. And then when she super evolves someone else. So I can play this. And I'm gonna throw either Apprentice back in my deck, I think. And then these will both super evolve, which means I can attack with both this turn, and the 5/5 clears this, and then she clears this.
Even fate shall fall to this blade.
This game is so swingy, even more so than Hearthstone. See, I actually disagree with that. This game isn't swingy at all. This game is explicitly designed that there's back and forth where the board clears most turns in between turns. I think there is a big difference between swings happening because certain cards are creating upheavals, and every card is designed to have this pretty explicit effect, which is very much what's happening in this game.
Crawl like the vermin you are.
This is not the end.
Wow, they are super far behind here, huh? Oh, they don't have to spend their 4 or 5 years. They're not.
Too high.
I think we're still ahead with Juno here. They have more of those? They have more of those we could be behind. This is a 3-3. So I could go Judo, kill this. And this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about, right? It's just like the gameplay is very explicitly designed for the boards to go back and forth here. And then this is going to evolve and deal 5 here. And then my 6/6 is going to kill their 6/6.
I'll show you who's boss. Hunt, my owl. Into the night.
This means I'm not going to get golems from this crest, but I cleaned their board out and they're out of super evolution, so I'm feeling like we're in a pretty okay spot since we're ahead on board here. Okay, there's a rush.
The spark of knowledge. On to the next
Climb is scary. So this draws them 5 cards. And resets their energy.
May
But
wings
this is more tire spinning. They need a way to actually close. And I've got Judo lined up to kill whatever big thing they play next. Okay, another demonic means they can kill my 6/6. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and homework time, which gets Stormy Blast to dealing 3. So I'll get to go ahead and kill that. And I think I'm just drawing 3 again here. Or drawing 2 again here.
Works too hard.
And then the owl's not particularly useful at this point, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw that back for another card.
Ease up at them.
What's your favorite deck currently? Oh, Coyotes. They hit their Coyotes before we did. Alright, so I'm gonna want to heal as much as possible here. Let's go engage this. And then Witch's Brew, which gets me up to 10 Earth Sigil. And then I'm gonna go ahead and Judo, kill this.
The legends are true.
And then I'm gonna Sage Light Teachings to heal 4.
Spark of knowledge.
And then I'm gonna hit them, but there's a good chance. There's a good chance their Apocalypse deck runs us down here.
New year, new me.
Reach too high.
How can you stand heaven's hubris?
That's a 13-13.
Chronos, your guidance awaits.
The truth seeker dons her mask.
Pardon my language. This hootie boy chose me.
It's very possible I'm supposed to Arcade Eruption just to draw a card here.
Ready, Graham? Right behind you, Anne. You
This is going away in end of turn. This is definitely the longest I've ever lasted against an Apocalypse deck, but we're probably going down, I imagine.
You stand only to be reaped.
This one has Storm, right? So I'm going to one here. I am technically not dead on board.
The spark of knowledge.
Move it or lose it.
I don't want to hurt you.
Dead to a stiff breeze, but not dead on board.
How can you stand heaven's hubris?
I'm not dead yet. I'm not dead yet.
Guidance awaits.
My own time has come. You stand only to be reaped.
GG about it.
All burnt out.
That was really sweet. Someone mentioned a 5-drop that I wasn't playing. Did I miss one? Summon a clay golem, deal X damage to all, where X is the number of allied golem followers on the field. I don't think that's very good. That seems bad. I really just don't know that I think, like, maybe it's better than Arcade Eruption. Maybe we'll try a couple of Annies over the Arcade Eruptions. The arcade's been kind of whatever. It's been fine to cycle, but you're right, it's definitely not been amazing. It fills a similar spot on the curve. 4 versus 5 is similar. No, you definitely don't play more than one copy of Coyotes. If we wanted more top-end mods, we'd play a 3rd Kuon, I think.
Medium rare.
Because Kuon's fine as a 7.
With rain comes
Swordcraft, alright. And honestly, I think this hand's insane against Swordcraft, yeah? We have Stormy Blast. Oh, actually, they don't have a 1. So we have Witch's Brew into extra energy Remy.
Stick to your path, no matter the hardships.
This is why you don't want more than one copy of Coyotes. It's just such a dead draw early. I'm gonna engage this. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and blast this, because the thing it puts out is a 1/1. And then next turn, I might Divine Thunder before I Remy. We'll see, though. Yeah, I think exactly what we set up here. I go ahead and I tap this, and I Divine Thunder. And just clean the board out here. It kills their biggest thing, and then does 1 to everything else.
Help is here.
To the shores of victory.
And then this is so lovely. It comes into play. It auto-evolves because of our runes. It kills 1, it attacks to kill the other, and then Penelope comes in and gives us some runes back for the future. They can evolve and trade for my board, but I think this type of stalling generally favors our position here.
Never be enough.
If they have like a way to make a knight and hit us, that's fine. Yeah, this is good for them. We're gonna have an extra point next turn. Which the extra point next turn means I can Olivia plus Phil Dow then. I think we do this, we engage this. I think I'm gonna go ahead and kill this. Feels like we're in a good position here. We're at parity on evolutions and we're up on board and our hand has a good curve despite Ruler being an absolute brick here.
Good little dove should be in bed by now.
So, this still works, yeah?
The Truth Seeker dons her mask.
Because it doesn't target, it hits at random. This might bite us, but I think I can cash it on Earth Seams here.
Of knowledge.
That's close. It's close though. It might be right to save that to gain 4, but I'm at 19 and like I have Olivia in hand.
We fear the dark because it let me aid you.
Steel.
Hurry up!
Doms. Understanding is the first step to conquering.
Fly forth into an endless sky.
Am I gonna be the first one to burn a super evolve? I think so. Just not playing you anytime soon.
Up at them.
You're done for. Even fate shall fall to this blade.
Easy, isn't it?
Follow my lead.
Amazing.
My oath is fulfilled. My oath is fulfilled.
So, I'm up on board, but I'm through my healing now, and they're gonna get to crack us for 4 or more this turn. Although they might need to attack into our things for a threat of dying next turn. Yeah, them attacking my super evolutions here is good for me.
Pierce through the heart of darkness.
Oaths
By
are
my blade.
forged in steel.
Amalia is so scary.
Not to the end.
You will. Pluie de paix. I am
We were playing this bigger Swordcraft deck on stream the other day. It's gonna be the highlight tomorrow, and she's such an impressive card. Genuinely think she might be one of the best cards in the game. Just incredibly powerful.
Young Paragon dons his mask.
Definitely got to get rid of her. She gives everything ward and rush otherwise.
Star of Paradise.
be my legacy.
And then I think it's this, kill one of these,
My oath
and
is
then
fulfilled.
Remy Rammy,
I don't want to hurt you.
Leave it all to me.
then we'll hit that.
My oath is fulfilled.
Maybe throwing back the ruler was a mistake. I didn't realize they were the big range deck.
Wrath will fall heavy on your head.
I kind of wish I had ruler in my hand. They're debating it if they want to super evolve and where they want to attack otherwise.
You will.
Let's engage this, then play this. I think I'm just taking a redraw here on this one.
Ease up at them.
Definitely would have loved to have played ruler this turn, huh?
This homework's too hard.
Kuan is insane, and I have a super evolve left just for him at this point. Then depending on what they do here, I have Juno plus Annie next turn to Kuan as a finisher.
Rally to your king!
Forged in steel.
Rally to your king!
That's pretty good.
Reach too high.
Yeah, the threat of another owlbear means I need to clean out as much of their board as possible, right? I think I'm saving the evolve for Kuan.
The legends are true. I demand a rematch. Ready, Grant?
Right behind you, Anne.
My oath is fulfilled.
I could burn my evolve to clean their board, but I think I'm not cleaning their board here. Hopefully they're close to empty, because we've got a bit of card advantage rounded out right now.
Wrath will fall heavy on your head.
No way.
That's not quite lethal, right? It's 14. His big monster has ward, right? Yep.
No.
Caught us off guard.
Repent.
The hour of reckoning approaches.
I walk the five-fold path. Out of my way.
So we do this, which gives this storm.
Crawl like the vermin you are.
Oh, but and this is kind of a big deal. This has to attack owlbear,
Not all is lost.
Is this the
which
end?
means it takes damage.
Pierce through the heart of darkness.
Oaths
By
are
my blade.
forged in steel. My oath is
God, the back and forth of this game just continues to impress me.
Into the night.
There's just so much all of the time. And here's another, right? Like here's Olivia draw 2 into Judo shoot your Amelia. We die to... No, we don't die to owlbear off the top, right? Because he's only doing 6. That's not great for us, but
Lend me your courage.
that's a very good draw for them as it draws them 2 more cards and gasses them up.
This is not the end.
No way.
Do I Sage Light Teachings to sweep their board, or do I save it to gain 4? Saving it has the upside of letting me put pressure into play. So I think I want to put pressure into play. So I think it's Annie and Greer
Right behind you, Anne.
into Judo. Judo kills one. Annie's ward kills the other.
Fly forth into an endless sky.
dead.
No!
Caught us off guard.
Oh my goodness! We're here to grind, gamers. We're here to grind. We are here to grind. And I think at this point I deal 4 just so I can start hitting their face, right?
The spark of knowledge.
And I think it's time to spend my point and put this into play.
All I can do is
Use
ease
it or
up
lose
them.
Ooh! Ooh, that's such a good pull. We're out of evolution, but he still puts body on the board, some of which have ward.
Forged in steel.
The Lord Commander dons her mask.
This makes 3 things when it comes out.
Follow my lead.
My oath is fulfilled. My
Oh,
oath
wait,
is
I'm not going to be able to
fulfilled.
fit all of them on the board, though.
Move it or lose it.
My oath is fulfilled.
Can he not summon them? Does it still make a 10-10? I actually don't know.
5-4 path. Out of my way.
It's still an upgrade. I think I have to do that. But it means that Albert off the top is gonna get us. They're already through 2 Alberts though. All right, the pause here means no third Amalia, no third bear.
Not the end of your path, no matter the hardships. I lacked foresight. I yield.
Come on, Satan. Yeah, where's my Satan? I made such a big mistake throwing it back thinking they were the aggressive build earlier. Okay, so the play is hit this,
Move it or lose it.
hit this,
Not all is lost.
hit your face, play a 3-3, play a 3-3.
Boy chose me.
And all I need is 1 below average draw here. Even an average draw, they're probably still dead. They need an Amalia or a...
Is yours.
Whew, what a grind.
Victory is mine. That feels correct.
What a sweet one. I think gamers are right that I'm gonna add a third Indian. I'm pretty sure I have 3 of her. She's just so insane. I'm gonna play the Miser Stormy Blast, I think, just for random pop shot finishes, but yeah. Okay, that game was really long. I want to play a couple more with this one at least because I'm really having fun with it. Here's the QR code for people that want to grab it. Have an advert on Twitch in the meantime. Be back in a minute. I mean, we didn't even take out 3 threats with Annie. I think my big takeaway there was she was a 4/4 that had like the 5/5 that like killed something and then like left behind a ward body for a turn, which bought us a lot of tempo. It's basically what she did in those games. This next curve is also pretty low overall, so adding another 5's not too big of a deal.
With Judo and Annie, it kind of gives us 3/5s that like kill something when they drop down. This deck feels close to reasonable as is, and if the first expansion gives us some type of really sweet payoff for your Earth Sigils, it'll easily get pushed up over the top. Edelweiss Sage Light Ward is just so strong. I think the big thing that stands out in my mind is how good this deck has felt pushing off aggressive starts while also being pretty close to reasonable in the grindy matchups. Our grindy matchups have all been like one turn away or one bomb on our side versus theirs away from breaking our way. It's very close. It's very sweet things going on. Sage Light Teaching is also a super powerful card. The flexibility of healing or blasting just the enemy's board is real reasonable.
Medium rare or well done.
This brings me back.
I'm definitely mulliganing all of these against dragons. I think I might be mulliganing this one too. Nah, if I hit any of my Earth Rights, it's pretty good. I'm gonna hold that one. Yeah, Penelope makes it perfect. I think aggro Bitscraft is very reasonable. If you haven't been following the Shadowverse YouTube channel, you should make sure you subscribe and ring the bell over there. And there's a highlight over there from yesterday afternoon with the Bitscraft deck I like.
I hope my potions can help.
Yep, 2 into 3 into Edelweiss here is really solid curve for us now. And they elected to play a 2-drop on 1 with Direct Strategy, so I assume they have another 2-drop on 2 here. We're playing from the back foot a little bit here. They're gonna get some chip shots in to start, but Edelweiss should stabilize the board hard for us on turn 4, which is nice. I got $50 for this game. What's the most efficient thing I spent on? There's 3 bundles in the shop. There's a $2 bundle, a $15 bundle, and I think a $35 or $40 bundle. Those are the first things you buy.
Hunt, my owl!
Oh, gosh, I forget she gives energy back too.
I hope my potions can
So
help.
good.
The world is out of tune.
Too slow.
Well, you elf. I'll never be enough.
Hunt, my owl!
I think I just want to take an aggressive positioning here. So I'm going to Judo, kill this, and then I'm going to go ahead and evolve Judo here. Obviously, we're not getting attack value, but when this evolves, we get a crest, which spends an Earth Sigil every turn to give us a 3/3 for 3 turns. Gives us a lot of points here.
Steel against steel. Witness my guns.
So this lets them kill this and then attack this.
No way.
They can technically play a 10 next turn.
Hunt, my owl!
Pretty sure I'm hitting their face. And then the question is, how do I want to kill this 6-2? I think it's just play Annie and trade the 5 for it.
Ready, Graham? Right behind you, Anne.
I'm gonna play this to draw a card. So I don't really want to burn an evolve here because they could drop their 9-drop dragon. That clears my board out this turn.
Without equal.
Beyond
One strike fatality. We are the dragons of dragons.
So this has Storm, or Rush. This has Storm. We're gonna get pressure my dome here a little. Does Kuat allow us to stabilize? So I send
Hunt, my owl.
this. I
Hunt,
send
my
this
owl.
into here.
Got feathers in my
We
mouth.
do
Edge
this.
of what's known. Get lost.
We super evolve here. We give this one Storm.
You're done.
Crawl like the vermin you are.
I have this hit here. I have this hit here. I have this finish here. I have this trade here.
Impressive.
And then I get a word golem. The extra ward golem at the end insulating us from their 10 drop with Storm here a little bit's a big deal. Them starting by playing that bodes well for the home team, although they do technically still have 8 here, so if they have another one of their Dragon Lords, they could get us. Yeah, the crest from Juno is really strong. This okay, I'm gonna end my turn and have a ward thing puts a kink in so many of their counting up to get to lethal plans.
All will pay tribute to my black wings.
Like that, right? Like, holy.
Useless.
And then I just need to make sure I don't die to their 10 drop with Storm, basically, right? Annie's perfect for that, right? I could Remy as well, but I think I'd rather Annie, right? Because her thing's a little bit bigger. I don't necessarily want to evolve.
Ready, Graham? Right behind you, Anne.
'Cause I need to save my super evolve for in case they play the 9-drop dragon that sweeps my board. If we didn't top deck Annie, I would have played Remy and Ramy there. Oh, I forgot to activate this, didn't I?
The musician dons her mask.
Are they cooked?
Scale against steel. Give me a challenge.
Caught us off guard.
Into the night.
So I think it's Judo. Hit this for 2.
The legends are true.
Remy and Ramy.
I told
And then I super evolve this, which makes this big.
Shall escape the lash of my flame!
I warned you. Disappear.
They need the Sweeper Dragon, and even then, that's not a game win for them. They need Sweeper Dragon into guard. And this is what I've been playing around the whole game, by the way. Is this 10 drop Stormcraft Dragon that has Storm. The entire game, the goal was to make sure we didn't get got by that one.
Victory is mine. That feels correct.
So our glut of ward units was pretty great.
Medium rare or well done.
With rain comes death.
I think I'm keeping Stormy Blast against Swordcraft. I really need a 2 or a 3. If that's not a peak card game experience, I don't know what is. Needed a 2 or a 3. Best I could do is a 10 Hogland. Take it or leave it.
I wasn't fast enough.
Help is here.
To the
Like
shore
5
of
2
victory.
drops. It's true, you know. Might just be cooked on curve here.
Young Paragon dons his mask.
I don't want to hurt you.
Okay, Annie and Gray could maybe stabilize us. And we do have Olivia to heal a little bit and Juno to get some more wards. So Annie and Gray are going to stabilize the board hard for us, hopefully. And then Olivia and Juno ideally mean we don't die afterwards. So this evolves to kill our 3/3.
My star is the Star of Paradise.
Oh, interesting. This is really, if they're not pressuring our face here and they're playing to clean our board out, that's great for us. I would love to only, I thought they were gonna kill the golem and then face us for 6, but if they're gonna kill our 4/4 and our 3/3 and then face us for 2, like that's insane for us. All right, still facing us for 6. Could be worse though.
Help is here.
To the shores of victory.
Cool.
Ready, Graham?
Right behind you, Anne.
Defeat is not an option.
What do we think of leaving the ward unit at higher life? Is it crazy to do this like this and then this here? I think that's my line.
It's over.
I leave the rest to you.
I demand a rematch.
So this goes away. We're definitely killing the 2/1. It's just a question of, am I putting 4 damage on Annie or am I putting 4 damage on her summoning? The summoning goes away, but I really like having a big ward unit in play this turn. Has a lot of value.
Young Paragon dons his mask.
Domes.
My star is the Star of Paradise.
Good medic's the antidote to
Oaths are
hold still.
forged in steel.
No.
Caught us off guard.
So Juno kills one thing and leaves a ward. Annie kills two things and leaves a ward, so it's probably better.
Ready, Grant? Right behind you, Anne. You're done for. Defeat is not an option.
Oath
It's
is
over.
fulfilled.
There are people who need me.
Not all is lost.
So I want to draw a good 2-dex turn so I can Olivia into it too. We're still on a back foot here. They are ready to super evolve, and we're not ending the board with the board clear on any of these turns. The opponent's got us on 9. So we're ahead right now. We're ahead, but this game is far from locked up. Especially this, meaning they can have like Albert at the top end.
Wind up dead.
Pluie de paix.
Let this be the war to end all wars.
No!
Caught us off guard.
So is it Kuan or is it Edelweiss into Annie and Greer? It's probably just Kuan, yeah?
To the edge of what's known. Get lost.
None shall escape the lash of my flame!
Crawl like the vermin you are.
So trade here,
Better run.
hit you,
Useless.
kill you, break your barrier.
Strong.
I am down to 7, and I don't really have much healing in my hand, though.
We fear the dark because it
Let me aid
Forged
you.
in steel.
Whoa, they didn't attack me? That seems insane, right?
Useless.
My oath is fulfilled. My oath is fulfilled.
I'm gonna die to, what's his name? I'm gonna die to, the big dork, Albert.
This hootie boy chose me.
I messed up.
Even fate shall fall to this. Follow my lead.
I needed to do this before I attacked if I was gonna super evolve this one. They have the extra play point. They get to Albert me, and then I die at the super evolution, I think.
Lacked foresight. Not all is lost.
Yeah, fuck.
Will fall heavy on your head.
Got feathers in my mouth.
Repent.
To the people saying not trading makes no sense, you're super wrong. The opponent played this really well.
All burnt out.
They wanted the super evolve for the Albert finisher. They played that really cleanly. All right, let's get one more in with this, and then I think we'll move on to something else.
Medium rare or well done.
This brings me
We're going first. I'm mulliganing for like 1s and 2s. 2 brews with the Sage Light Wardus dice here.
Penelope into Owl into Edelweiss. Nice and aggressive.
The truth is close at hand. Take this!
This hootie boy chose me!
It's been a long time since I've seen Jeff take a mulligan. Yeah. Yeah, the other games we've been playing haven't had those for a little bit.
He gave me direction.
This really just shows the immense strength of this card, right?
Seeker dons her mask.
Like this card, letting you get in here and clean up with an evolve effectively before you'd normally be able to evolve is so huge. I think I'm just playing this out as more
All
pressure
I
here.
can do is gaze up at them.
Got so many points on the board early here.
Just point me to the nearest
Alright,
dragon.
so you kill something and then you evolve and you kill something else.
Time to
And
face
they're
my
still pretty
fears.
under the gun here.
Got feathers in my mouth!
How aggressive do I want to be here? I'm feeling like the answer is pretty aggressive. So I'm gonna engage this. I'm gonna play this one and draw a card, and then I can engage this one again because the new one can re-engage, and then we'll evolve here, kill this, and then crack them for 4. Yeah, I think the way this game is positioned, we are definitely to beat down. So I think it's just get in here and get close in. If that's their first play, they are so cooked here.
Stay close.
Yep.
Hime.
Kill it 2/2.
Witness my kung fu.
Oh, I guess I get to evolve and trade a 4/4.
Past us.
I leave the rest to you.
I'll never be enough.
Amazing.
I'm just gonna close this game.
You're done for!
Stars. Amazing.
Allow me to hit you in the face.
Ready, Grant? Right behind you, Anne.
Oh, I forgot to engage. Mistakes are made.
Fly forth into an endless sky.
Hopefully missing that engage doesn't bite us. Olivia's a solid pull here.
Young Paragon dons his mask.
One strike fatality.
Even fate shall fall to this blade.
No!
Caught us off guard.
Get to trade right back though, yeah? Yeah, if we have Olivia of our own.
Fly forth into an endless sky.
I hope my potions can help.
So these both evolve.
Escape the lash of my
Olivia does not trigger the super evolve text on her, so I don't get to draw cards, but she still gets bigger and gets to crush into these. Then we get to knock them down to 1.
Stand proud. You earned this.
Nice.
Victory is mine. That feels correct.
Up to C3! Look at our reading points go up. Alright, to give some closing thoughts on the Earthcraft deck here. One,
I liked this deck the more that we played it. There were a ton of really interesting choices throughout it. Judo and Edelweiss are just such powerful effects. This Crest giving you ward cards every turn for 3 turns just makes the board so screwy for your opponent to punch through. And this one, when you have any of your Earth Raid enablers on 1, 2, and 3 to let this play and evolve on 4 is such a massive tempo swing. You get one thing for 4 at random, and then you get to attack another for 4, and suddenly you're in the driver's seat on most boards early on. Unsurprisingly, the mantra of play more good cards, stupid, holds true here. So we tried to start without Annie and Gray, just like leaning more into the Earthcraft stuff, and the deck both felt like it wanted more top end, and this is just a pretty generically powerful card. So she's definitely worth the inclusion here. I think I like the mix of other finishers at the top end. I think you could maybe make an argument for playing 3 Kuan over the split with the 1 Ruler, but we did have a game where Ruler came out, and I think there's a couple other games where if Ruler had happened sooner, he would have swung the game in our favor, and I was wanting for him. Other flexi slots here, the copies of Homework Time, Divine Thunder, this Stormy Blast. I think you probably want some of these, and this is just like a draw 2. You're not really triggering Spell Boost in this deck, right? So it's basically just a draw 2. And this one's just like a little bit of an anti-aggressive card. You're gonna take a random pop shot. This deck made me think that Judo in the Spell Boost deck could be anti-aggro tech. Maybe, so you need to have an enabler for Judo, right? Like, you need to get 3 Earthcraft from somewhere. So, but I had fun with that. That was sweet. If you want to play Runecraft in a way that's a little bit different, I think you could definitely feel competitive and play some sweet games with this one. All right, and then 226. All right. I'm going to tap an advert on Twitch, and then I assume something that comes across most of the games is true, is gamers love tier lists. So I'm going to run and fill my water bottle up so I can have something fresh to drink. And then I think we're going to do a legendary cards tier list to end our Shadowverse section today. Because those will be good for engagement on the new channel too, because people will love leaving comments letting me know how stupid I am for rating their favorite card too low. So I'm going to tap a Twitch ad. Make sure you tap the like button if you're watching on YouTube. We're going to do a legendary cards tier list when I return. BRB. You had me at tier list. Oh, I know I did, gamer. I know your weaknesses. Oh. Are there any standard decks that are more fun to play? I just started playing these. So the number one thing you should do if you're just starting in is something this game does that's excellent. Is there are let me click my stuff. There are missions inside of where are the missions at? Is it solo? In solo here in battle tutorial. There are these advanced missions where it puts you in situations and explains the key mechanics of a bunch of the different decks and then asks you to finish up a game with it. So it kind of lets you sample how a bunch of the different cards in this game play out. And then at the end, once you do all of them, you actually get to pick one of those sample decks to keep. It gives you a copy of it. It has has a legendary in it. So you should do this because it's good. It's good for currency. It gives you get 250 coins. You get 1 pack for every 2 of these that you do. What's the best sample deck? I picked the Portal Craft one because I like Portal Craft, but most of them are fine. I think the Abysscraft one's probably the weakest. Yeah, it's kind of like a puzzle mode. Hey Jeff, do you have a video where you talk about your approach to deck building in traditional games like this one? I struggle to figure out where to start looking at a pile of cards that I have. That's just not a topic that is really conducive to do a concise video on. It's such a complicated thing. It's a lot of vibes, if we're being honest. All right, shall we make a tier list? I can't wait to see which ones are in the Dragonite tier. Yep. Is there any reason we should hoard our gold in this game? When you have a good selection of cards from the current set, you should start holding your gold for the next expansion, which I have because I've spent a bunch of money. So I've opened a bunch of cards already. And someone asked, are we gonna do a Snap Series 4 or 5 tier list today? We are. It's gonna be tier list time for like the next hour and a half or so. So we're gonna do Shadowverse to wrap up the Shadowverse section, and then we're going to do didn't I download these? I thought I downloaded these. Or did I download them into here by mistake? Oh, did Past Jeff not download these? Damn it, Past Jeff. All right, hold on. I had it. You know what? I had it pulled up, and I got distracted by my bowl of cereal this morning. Pictures. All right. Apologies for not being prepared. This will only take a second. There's only 20 of these. Oh, I guess I should put these in here, right? Have you bought the battle pass, or would you recommend it? Yeah, I mean, the passes are typically good value in games like these. They're some of the best conversion of stuff to money you can get. I'm not a liar. I'm just not prepared yet. It's fine. There's only 20 of these. I have all 130 Marvel Snap Series 4 or 5 cards downloaded already. And Past Jeff had the idea to do this. He just forgot to download them in advance to execute on it. I will say, if you're someone who supports my stuff and you're looking for help building decks with cards that you have, we have a super active Discord community for my supporters. You should pop in there. There's some Shadowverse channels. Myself and others would be happy to take a look at what your legendaries and golds are and help point you in a direction of cards you can play with. All right. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18, 23. Yep, that's right. All right, and let's duplicate. I didn't make a tier list scene yet either, so let's do that real quick here. You're gonna watch some of the sausage get made here, gamers. Make this look a little nice. Throw the old advert up over this way. I love sausage. Sausage is... As a vegetarian, I'm not a big sausage enjoyer, but... Let's put that there. The sub alerts can cover up the D tier where they belong. Let's be honest. Let's just call this F. I like making the stinky tier red. F tier, right to the trash heap at the very, very, very bottom. Oh, you know what? I don't know that I know the names of all of these cards. You're gonna be able to tell that I think the ones aren't very. The ones that I don't know the names of are gonna have lower ratings. Spoilers. All right. Let's take a drink of water. Then we're gonna record this in a segment that we can put on the YouTube channel after. All right, gamers, if there's one thing I know that transcends all card games, it's that gamers love tier lists. So today for Shadowverse Worlds Beyond, we're going to be doing our first legendary cards tier list. There are 23 of those inside of our first expansion. If you enjoy this and want to let me know which card I rated completely incorrectly, make sure to leave a message in the comments down below letting me know where I missed and what you agree with. Let's dive on in. I think it's always most appropriate to start with the stinkers. Things that I think many... I actually don't think there's many stinkers in this set, but this is one of the first legendaries I opened. Oh wait, you know what? Hold on here. We're gonna do a second take here, actually. Hold on. Apologies. I messed something up. I was wondering why these look terrible. If I do this, they look better, yeah? Hold on. You're gonna have to rehear that intro. Oh, that's so much better. Look at that. Look at that. They're not all cut off and terrible now. All right. Apologies. We're going to take two. Take two. I was like, something's not right here. It was not right. All right, shall we? There it is. There it is. That's so much better. Mulligan. Oh, they even fit it a little bit better here on the bottom. All right. And scene. How's it going, gamers? Welcome to our first ever legendary cards tier list for Shadowverse Worlds Beyond. There are 23 of these in the first expansion. I'm going to be giving you my thoughts on the power level and where they all line up for my experience playing with Shadowverse Worlds Beyond the first week. I played a ton of other card games in the past. I know gamers love tier lists. Be sure to let me know in the comments down below which of my ratings you love and which ones you vehemently disagree with and that I got terribly wrong. I always like to start at the bottom when we work on tier lists. So I actually don't think there's too many stinkers in this first batch of legendary cards. I think if you love these cards, you can make most of them work in some way, shape, or form. But I am going to put at least one card here down in the F tier. And I think it's the Rose Queen. She turns all of your Forest Craft cards that cost 1 or less in your hand into a deal 3 that can hit your opponent's dome. But as someone who's developed something of a roach addiction in my first week playing Shadowverse Worlds Beyond, Rose Queen just feels immensely clunky and worse than most other like reach style finishers you can play in that deck. I think if you want to play something else that can jump up and hit your opponent in the face, you'd rather play the elf that can bounce something when you super evolve it that has storm. I do think Rose Queen's a card that like has potential to be better in a world where the Forestcraft archetype has more tools to like stall the game and keep its hand full while it stalls the game. But as is, I think she doesn't really fit into that one really good Roach Forestcraft deck. What's the other one? I honestly don't think I would put anything else in these legendaries into the F tier. I think the rest of these all fit into various decks in pretty solid spots. Let's rate someone who I think is pretty solid here. I think our Dragon Lady with Storm here. Very solid Dragoncraft card. She's a very reasonable finisher. She comes down and cracks the opponent in the face for 5 or a little bit more than that if you go ahead and use your evolve as well. But I also don't think she's necessary inside of every Dragon's deck, and there's some that are less aggressively slanted and more rampy that don't necessarily want to play her. And that brings us actually to the second Dragoncraft legendary here as as well. I think she's another excellent card. This one discards a card from your hand to deal damage to your opponent's board equal to the cost of what you discarded. And while I think there's the bigger ramp decks that want to play her, I think she's not necessarily amazing in the ones that want to be more aggressively slanted with more storm things that are less controlling. To round out our Dragoncraft legendaries, though, I think Garyu solidly belongs inside of A. I think if you're building a Dragoncraft deck, you probably want all your copies of Garyu in it, and then you probably want one of these depending on how your deck is slanted. Which faction should we take a look at next year? Let's do the rest of the Forestcraft one, since we dropped Rose Queen in the bottom. I think our fairy gentleman here, Anataz, I think his name is. He's very reasonable and a fine card that you're happy to have, but I absolutely would not tell you can't play Forestcraft without him. I think budget Forestcraft Roach decks are still very reasonable without the Blader, but if you have him, you should slot him in, but I wouldn't spend your resources crafting him. Now, if you are a Forestcraft enjoyer in this first set, I think Arya, Lady of the Woods, is a fantastic top-end card, giving your Fae Storm so they can push damage to your opponent's dome in addition to Roach is very good. I think you generally don't want 3 of her, but the first copy is insane, and usually you want to play 2 so you can see 1 copy before the end of the game. Let's do some Swordcraft dorks next. While we're on an A-tier trip, Albert is coffees for closers, and Albert's getting himself a cup of joe. Every Swordcraft deck, I think, wants 3 copies of him. He comes down on 9. He cleans up your opponent's board. You could super evolve him and get in for 12 with his Storm, or you can clean up 2 other cards on your opponent's board. Very, very powerful card. I feel like I could be sold on the Swordsman being slightly higher, but he's just annoying more than powerful, and I think you want your legendaries to be powerful. I think I would leave him in C tier. I would imagine there's builds of Swordcraft that are happy to have him, but I don't think absolutely anyone should spend resources on this effect. Amelia's kind of close. I feel like she's in between these two, and I think I actually lean A on Amelia. And the big range or more controlling Swordcraft decks have felt really clean, and she's so much card advantage that I think she's even good inside of the more aggressively slanted builds as well. So I think she belongs in A with Albert. Let's do the Abysscraft. I think Abysscraft is probably the most underrated craft in this current expansion, and I think the Eternal Hunter here is one of the best cards in that faction right now, that class. He comes in, he cleans your opponent's board up, you evolve him, he pushes pressure to the life total, and then he clears the board further. This card allows you to check the opponent's board while still applying pressure. So it lets you clean up while still advancing your primary game plan of running them down. The other Abysscraft legendaries, and I think this is why Abysscraft is kind of underrated at the moment, I think they come up a little bit short. I think the bigger, more controlling builds of Abysscraft just feel like they're a couple tools short of the toolbox right now. And Medusa is a card that reads like a powerful effect, but she doesn't have the supporting cast around her for now, so I think I would put her in C. Cerebus kind of straddles the line here for me. She's a little expensive, but she's also an aggressive top-end finisher, which I think is where the Abyss builds excel right now. She's a little bit awkward in that her necromancy effect conflicts with the bats that the Abyss can make, and I think the best Abyss aggressive deck leans bats. I think I'm going to settle on putting her in B, because I think if you really love the character, you could play her and not feel super bad about it. But I'm skeptical that the ideal Abysscraft decks right now that are really low to the ground want Cerebus. So I think I talked myself into putting her in C. I'm gonna say she's the best of the C tier cards so far. I'm gonna final ruling. All right, how about Havencraft? Janine is probably the best Havencraft card. She's so powerful. She is a one-sided sweeper that if you had any of your amulet cards come off that turn, she also comes into play and buffs them up. She's very good. If you want to play Havencraft, you probably want 3 Janines. She's gonna carry a lot of your games. Part of me wants to put the Guardian up here as well, but I feel like the Havencraft deck is kind of medium in terms of power level, which honestly might actually mean both of these belong down here. I lied. I'm gonna put both of these here. I think they're the top of the B tier because they're absolutely necessary if you want to play Havencraft right now. But I also think Havencraft just isn't very good at the moment. It feels like it gets run down by a lot of the aggressive decks, and it feels like the other bigger controlling decks of the metagame kind of go over the top of it, leaving it in this really, really awkward metagame position. Where's our last Havencraft dork? I gotta admit, this card, I spend resources pretty freely to test things. I think this is the card that I regret the most spending resources on in this game to date. I don't think he's F tier. Like I think you maybe want to play 1 or 2 of him in the Havencraft deck because he has some okay utility fishing up, and his super evolve kills something. But I think this is a card that I would absolutely never recommend anyone spend resources on, and you're happy to have him if you're playing Havencraft, but you're also like, if he's not in your collection, you're not missing anything. Don't spend resources on him. Learn from my mistake. All right, that leaves us with Runecraft and Portalcraft, which I think are 2 of the stronger archetypes in Shadowverse Worlds Beyond in this first expansion. My anecdotal experience are also anecdotally some of the most popular. Let's start with Magecraft. Would anyone fight me if I just put all 3 of these in A? Like Annie, Kuon, and Dimensional Climb? I think this deck needs all 3 of them. We think Dimensional might be S. I don't know. If I'm honest, I'm more inclined to put Kuon in S than I am to put Dimensional Climb in S. No, I don't know. I think Dimensional Climb is a card that feels bad when your opponent casts it, but also the Runecraft decks have so much air in them. The number of times I've had a Runecraft opponent play Dimensional Climb, and then their follow-up after they reset their energy is like, draw 4 cards. I'm like, all right, do we have anything else? Like, yeah, it goes absolutely crazy when it high rolls, but I think this is the type of card that has just like a negative emotional bias in favor of it, because you remember the games where it blows you out and you don't remember the games where it's just kind of okay. Kuon might be S. I'm gonna slide Kuon into S. he's a finisher that also stabilizes, and I think that split effect is there. And honestly, let's just put her up there too. He fits the same mold as Orcus, right? Orcus and Kun. I think that's going to be my definition here for this S tier for the cut above. They are cards that can stabilize the board that also kill your opponent. I think she's the best card in the game right now. I think if you want to play anything with Portalcraft, Orcus is you play 3 of her just because she's so good on rate. I think Kuan is pretty close. I don't think Kuan is stronger than her. Maybe you could even argue there's an SSS tier above this, but she's the best card in the game by a margin right now, I think. Now, the other Portalcraft cards. Ralmia is very solid. You want her in the artifact decks. Once you hit 8 energy, she's super strong. I think she solidly belongs in A. Maybe controversial based on what people have said about it, but I actually don't think Yudi is that insane. I think Yudi's a solid B. I think she's just like this good value rate card where like you have her and you're happy to play her, but I also don't think I'd recommend you spend resources on her. I think she makes the Portalcraft deck better almost assuredly, but if you're like Jeff, I'm a low spender or free to play, should I spend resources on Yudi so I can play Portalcraft? I'd be like, no, absolutely not. Orcus is number 1. You're playing artifacts, Ralmia is over. Now, I will say, and this is a point in favor of Yudi versus Ralmia, is that Yudi probably fits in some number in every Portalcraft deck. Like, you can build puppets and you can build artifacts right now, and Yudi does go in both, while Ralmia only goes in one, but she's not super critical in either of those. I think she earns her B slot. Olivia is such a sweet neutral card in this game. I think she's a solid A tier. She splashes into so many things. If your deck isn't super low to the ground, I think Olivia is a card you're happy to have. Just good value. She super evolves 2 things to let you get on a board state you're having trouble in. Very reasonable. Coyotes. He's at least B. Coyotes is at least B. He could be A. I think I err on the side of B. Like he's just such a, he's the best draw in your deck when he's good, and when he's not the best draw in your deck, he's the worst draw in your deck. You're basically never playing a second copy of it, but like when the first copy is good, it's incredible. So I think that one, that's a solid B. All right. And some most of chat seemed like they were on point with where we were at, and you know what, I'm just gonna call him Satan, okay? No one can get me on the pronunciation of whatever this card is called if I just call him Satan. I call him Satan, you're gonna know which card I'm talking about. Satan has ended up in the B tier. And just to give some closing thoughts, I know a lot of people are new to this game and they're wondering how to spend resources. I think my advice would be, if you like the factions that these cards are in here in A and S, I think these are very reasonable cards to spend your resources on. I think a lot of these ones in B and C and F, I'd be more weary on spending resources on. I think the only ones below A I would say you should consider spending resources on is Janine and the Guardian are both must-have cards for Haven. So if you want to play Haven, these cards make that archetype significantly better, but I'm putting them in B because I don't think the Haven decks are very good right now. And I think this one, if you're looking to play aggro dragons, Blackwing Dragoon is a really good finisher. I think she's a fine pickup for for the aggressive dragons. I think most of the rest of these you could play decks that want to play these other lower tier cards without them, and those decks will still largely be fine. And another thing to consider for people that are newer to card games, you open some of these cards and you're sad they're not super strong. Power level of cards is not set in stone. We're going to get a couple of expansions to this game where they release new cards. I think Rose is a card that has the potential for upward mobility as the Forestcraft archetype or class gets more support for different things. But right now, Forestcraft is basically a Roach one trick in this starting expansion, and Rose is not good in the Roach one trick. Appreciate everybody that made it all the way through to the end of the YouTube video. Make sure to smash the like button if you enjoyed my ramblings. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you want fantastic Shadowverse Worlds Beyond content like this and lots of deck highlights for things I'm going to be exploring and live streams. Appreciate everyone that made it all the way through to the end of the video. Hope your next pack is an excellent one. And cut. All right, well, that'll be a good 17 old minute tier list for later. 6 is way too low. Yeah, the stats. So just for people that played the first Shadowverse, they do balance passes in this game periodically, right? This isn't like Magic the Gathering or others where they like never balance cards. And when they do balance passes, do they only pull the top down or do they push the bottom up sometimes? They do a balance pass like once a month. Oh, that's sweet. They do both. Okay, that's awesome. God, the more I learn about this game and like all of the features and more that I play, I'm like, I like a lot of what they have going on. All right, that's going to be a wrap on the Shadowverse side of Hoaglandia today. I am going to be off all day tomorrow. There will be a highlight on the Shadowverse channel tomorrow and highlights on the staff channel tomorrow, but I'm taking a personal day to work on some stuff with the kiddos. I'm volunteering for one of their activities that they do for the day. I'll be back on Thursday morning. We're going to do some more Shadowverse, then we'll do some staff after. If you want to keep watching on the YouTube side, I'm going to be going live on the Jeff Hoagland channel over there like we do for the Marvel staff stuff. Appreciate everybody that was over there for Shadowverse stuff. If you're on the Twitch side, I'm going to tap an advert, always switch over, and then we're going to dive right on into a Series 4 or 5 tier list for staff to start today.